Located on 225 acres in Garden City, Long Island, Nassau Community College, a member of the State University of New York system, has close to 20,000 students attend the school each year. The college mascot is Leo the Lion, and these are his stories of the school's absolute best and brightest who have graduated over the past 50 plus years. Let's catch up together as the Alumni Association of Nassau Community College proudly presents Lion Tales, a Nassau Community College Foundation production on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Welcome to Lion Tales, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Aurora Workman. I am president of the Nassau Community College Alumni Association. I'm here with my friend and co-host, Dr. Lynnda Nadien, a proud graduate of Nassau Community College, and together we'll share stories that will inspire, uplift, and often amuse you.
Each week, Aurora and I will introduce you to alumni of Nassau Community College interested in sharing their experience here at Nassau Community College, along with the secrets to their success.
The Alumni Association celebrates the life of Mr. Fred Downs, Administrator Emeritus and former Associate Vice President of Human Resources. He will always be remembered as the heart of Nassau Community College. His legacy will live on. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family.
Look for many new and exciting events on the Alumni Association social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and our web pages at www.nassaucommunitycollege.edu/alumni. If you, our listening audience, has any positive news you would like to share about Nassau Community College alumni, engagements, births, graduations, weddings, and or accolades, email us at alumni@nassaucommunitycollege.edu and we will shout you out.
Today's guest is Stefan Krompier, Professor and Adjunct Faculty Associate President at Nassau Community College, who also holds degrees in Applied Science and Business Administration. Welcome to Lion Tales, Stefan Krompier, class of 1963.
Sounds like I'm really old.
63.
You're not old, because if you're old, then I'm old. Because,
okay.
That's my birth year.
You said it was your mother's birthday? Okay. All right.
So what was Nassau Community College's campus atmosphere like in the early 60s?
Well, I started here in September of 1960. And actually, we weren't here at Mitchell Field. We were over at over in Mineola. There's a courthouse office building that's just to the west of the old courthouse building. And basically, that was the first Nassau Community College. It was converted into classrooms and offices. And when I was there early on, there were 400 students. Period.
Oh man.
Period. And it was wonderful because we were all new. Teachers, the administrators, obviously the students, and we kind of created started to create the college together. It was just it was a wonderful time in my life. And then after a year and a half, we had an opportunity to move over here to Mitchell Field. And again, what was begun over in that courthouse building just continued. It was great.
You have a 55-year relationship with this institution that spans your adult life.
Almost your whole adult life.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I've always had great affiliation for this college and the people who are here, not only because it's what it's done for me. I tell people I'd probably be living in a box under the Throgsneck Bridge if it wasn't for Nassau Community College. But what it's done for my immediate family, relatives, friends, and so many students, because I taught high school for so many years, in addition to being an adjunct here, so many students who have come here and just absolutely flourished.
Yeah. And what are some of the courses that you had taken at Nassau that you would say were a foundation builder for your career as an educator?
One was public speaking.
Okay. Yeah.
That helped immensely. It's interesting, though. I was in the class. I gave one speech, and I was running a D. I was not that great at it, and part of it was confidence. But I decided, for a variety of reasons, to run for president of student government. So I had to give a speech. So the class helped me, prepare the speech. So here I am standing in front of the student body, and probably at that time, there's probably about 250 students standing to listen to my speech. It was just right outside of the doorway to the school, because there was no place in the school where you could house that many people. So I started talking my speech, and people started looking away. But I had the speech in my head, and what I had learned in class all of a sudden clicked in. And so I just ripped up my speech, and I said to everybody, just let me tell you what I think, what I feel. And I did it, and I guess they liked it because I did get elected.
Do you remember who your public speaking professor was at that time?
Yes, Professor Steele. He was a faculty member at West Point. That's where he got his start. I think he taught public speaking there. The president of the college at the time, the first president of the college, was General Bryant.
Ooh.
He was a general.
Oh,
he
geez.
was a former commandant from West Point. So there was a West Point connection, and it was Professor Steele.
Is that because the campus was housed in sort of a military housing area? Where do you think they came from?
I'm thinking that that somebody had the foresight to understand that Mitchell Field was sitting here.
Okay, yeah.
And so, and actually, I was the third president of student government. The second president, wonderful fellow, Tom O'Shaughnessy, traveled down to Washington with a contingent from Nassau County and made a presentation. And I believe that there were people from the Pentagon there asking that this piece of land could be a part of, be home to the new Nassau Community College. So I'm thinking that somebody probably had the foresight, because I'm sure that General Bryant was a very influential fellow.
So those professors, you remember, added to the changing trajectory of your life then?
Well, yeah. Both inside and outside the classroom. One of the things I remember, Dr. Donor, he was my biology teacher who eventually moved through the administration here, became a vice president, and was president of a local college not too far from me, Dowling. He did a good job with it. It was after the left that Dowling kind of fell apart, but Donor was great. But what Dr. Donor did as a teacher, he taught in such a way that I could actually understand what it is I needed to know to do well. And a big way that he helped me later in life, I patterned my teaching after him. And I think, I've been told that I was kind of effective. And I think that influence was major.
That's a huge compliment.
Yeah,
You're listening to Lion Tales on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I am Aurora Workman, along with Dr. Lynnda Nadien, and our guest today is Stefan Krompier, an educator who was school to career coordinator for the Hauppauge School District for 34 years and a proud alumnus of Nassau Community College. So as we were talking about the professors that changed the trajectory of your life, what other professors or do you that you're fond of or you remember?
Well, of course, my basketball coach. Well, actually, there were two of them. One was Lou Rothell. Just what a wonderful role model. He cared about us, and he was, and he kind of still is a mentor. He still is. And the other one was Robert Gersten. It's interesting how I got to Nassau Community College. I was not much of a student. I was just happy to, be in high school, do the social things. I had a little bit of interest in the young ladies. It kind of moved. It kind of moved me to do what I did. Let's say on a daily basis. I had this situation. I was actually playing in just a softball game at one of the local elementary schools in Long Beach, Central School. It's not there now. And I was waiting on deck to on deck to get up, and this guy who was at bat, remember his name, Roger Gill, he let the bat go. It hit me in the lip. It split my lip in half.
Ouch.
And every time my heart beat, the blood pumped out.
Oh.
They took me to the hospital. The surgeon there, he not too long into my being in the emergency room said, "Can your family afford plastic surgery?" I said no. His name was Dr. Sanchez. I said, "Do a good job," and he did a reasonably good job. But for a period of time, I kind of became a little bit of a hermit. The scar on my lip was not something that I was walking around with and happy to have. So I started going down to the basketball courts and just shooting around, just playing in pickup games. I started when I was a sophomore. I loved basketball. I just loved it. Mm-hmm. So here I am, a senior, Long Beach High School. They have a student-faculty game. And basically the people who were on the team couldn't play. And so I was eligible to play. I get in the game. And I scored 13 points in a quarter. Ooh. And guess who was guarding me? Robert Gersten. Oh. He goes, "Stefan," he says, "we're opening up a new school at Nassau, and it's called Nassau Community College, and I think you could play basketball there." Oh. And so that's how I got there.
And did you play basketball here?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I played basketball here in short shorts.
Oh, yeah.
with socks with the color around the top of it.
Well, those socks are back. The pull up with the stripes.
Yeah, with the stripes on them.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, my son was telling me that show Stranger Things, the kids on the show wear the pull up socks with the stripes, which is really like very early 60s socks. Mm-hmm. Like in Greece, they wore those.
I know, and people used to look at me wearing those socks. And my kids saw a picture, and they're like, "What is that?" I said, "Now you are out there buying." I said, "She had one on." I said, "What is that?" Because everything comes back. Everything comes back. One of the things, Steph, you have had a great relationship here, and you are having a great relationship here at Nassau. What are some of there has been a decade of changes. And so for Nassau and you being here, what is one of the ones that you think that really affects most for students and for yourself?
Well, in terms of me being in the classroom, I started teaching adjunct in 1971. In the marketing department. So I taught from 71 through about 2005 as an adjunct, and also working in my full-time job in Hauppauge. And then when I retired from Hauppauge, I continued teaching adjunct. The thing that strikes me is the students themselves. There are people who come to teach here at Nassau, want to be here at Nassau, because of the students who walk through their doors. These students are bright. They're looking to change their lives. They're looking to learn. And the camaraderie between those students is just amazing. So that hasn't changed at all. It was funny because after I retired, I got a class, and on a Friday, because I used to teach at night. So now I could teach during the day. So I had a class and a break, and then another class. So I'm walking around the campus, and I'm seeing these kids, and I'm seeing my old friends. I'm seeing George Schilling.
I know a lot of people have come and go. We're going to be right back with you.
Yeah, you're listening to Lion Tales. Today's guest is an adjunct professor at Nassau Community College who began in 1971 and continues to this present day, Stefan Krompier. My name is Lynnda Nadien, along with Aurora Workman, on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. But a little over a year ago, we realized she couldn't take care of herself without our help. And well, how could I not be there for her? I had no idea how hard it would be, and just what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood, and even for me, ways to stay positive. Luckily,